Closed captioning is brought to you by Insect Defend Patch. Deep-free protection from biting insects.
And welcome back to Lumberjacks. We're here in Central Ontario, specifically the little town of Brechin, for our first ever Lumberjack competition. Now, this little community is part agricultural community, part cottage country, just a little bit north of Toronto. We're heading into the women's stock saw. In total, we have 6 women to see here, and we're going to be showing the top 3 heats.
Laura Vinegar, Scottsville, New York, Grants Counting Assistant.
Hi, my name is Levon Michelacci. I'm from Van Ling, Pennsylvania. I am an a la carte manager at the Forest City Regional School District.
Well, in New York, you hear the word stock saw. The 2 names that come to mind are Vinegar and Michelacci.
Well, here we are battling with CS Echo 600s, 2 cuts, both within 4 inches, 11 inches round of trembling aspen.
And they're neck and neck right now. They're even. Oh, but Laura Vinegar misses her second cut up.
And Laura Vinegar looks like she's playing catch-up right now, and she wins the first heat with 11.98 seconds. Laura, that was a come-from-behind victory there. You were well behind in taking that big, fat first cut. Were you worried about taking a too thin one on the second one?
No, I was just hoping I got it in straight, so I didn't make a wide cut.
Because you only have 4 inches, and that first one cost you about 2.5, maybe 3 inches.
Yes, it did.
You only got 4 inches to work with, Rod, on a piece of wood. Certainly, if you take 3 in the first one, it doesn't leave you with much.
Then, of course, you're always thinking, I got to set it. I don't have a whole lot of room here to make this second cut.
Next, he is Mary Dooley taking on Christine Gibb, our only Canadian competitor here in terms of the females. Christine is a former competitor from Sir Sandford Fleming College. 11.98 is the time to beat.
But she's an arborist by day. She runs a saw every day of her life, so you know she's going to be pretty good at this event.
She's very relaxed, and she's well ahead of Mary at this point. Look how smooth Christine with that transition. And Christine Gibb wins the second heat with 11.42. Christine, I mean, you got a lot of experience with chainsaws. Tell me what that means when you get into a chainsaw stock saw event like that.
I guess I just, from everyday use, I know just by the sound of it how much pressure or how little pressure to give it.
Because you made that look relatively easy, beating Mary, who doesn't work with a saw every day, but she is an experienced competitor.
Yeah, it's, I guess it just comes natural.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tracy Henning from Walworth, New York, and I am a Zumba instructor.
Mary Reeder, Uniondale, Pennsylvania, USA. I'm a heavy equipment operator.
Well, Christine is our only female competitor from Ontario, and she is now leading the way with 11.42 in the women's stock saw. As we head into the final heat, we got Mary Reeder taking on Tracy Henning.
A fast time to beat, usually affection mentally, and you can see that bothered Mary. She had a hard time getting her saw into the wood. Tracy Henning making a nice smooth cut there. Oh, and Mary bobbles on her second upcut.
Both girls are having a hard time right now. Tracy struggled on her way up, but Tracy wins the heat with a 13.83. You had a couple of difficulties there. Starting right out of the gate, the first cut, what happened in the very first...
I didn't quite have my stance just right, and you know, it just not a familiar saw to me, but very good running saw though, and it just, you know, got the best of me.
And then the second cut coming up, you just had a hard time getting it in there.
Like again, I didn't have my stance, and it just, you know, it just didn't work too well today, that's all.
Well, the Echo Stock Saw competition is now in the books, and you can see what experience means. Christine Gibb, who works with a saw daily, wins it.